What's up everyone, MK Tom Brady here. In this video, I want to take a closer look at Molina and really show you what this helped show me as far as now I can finally see some solutions to the variation system. So the thing about this game is we have custom variations where you can pretty much customize your character, and the variation system, in my opinion, and in the opinion of many others, is one of the biggest problems in the game. It just doesn't work right overall. There are some instances where it does, but the majority of the time it just doesn't work. And it gives us that bland spaghetti with no sauce type of feeling. So before I take a look at Molina, I want to take a look at Cetrion, because I believe finally I do see and can identify one of the issues and give some suggestions for one of the solutions. So if you look at Cetrion, look at her abilities. This is the pretty much loadout that almost everybody uses. In her default loadout, she has, so without customs, if you took away customs, her just default moves are her rock wall, her boulder, her anti-air boulder, her Hell's Wrath, and her vine grab. So putting those moves aside, let's just take a look at the moves that she can equip. She has her teleport, her earthquake, and her deadly winds tornado. Now, if you look at her earthquake, she can do this with canceling or amplifying it, and she can amplify and then cancel out of it. And this requires no extra slotting. It is just there by equipping the move. Then we look at her teleport. She can do the teleport airborne or grounded. And being able to do it airborne does not require an extra slot. Now can do it in the air. Most moves in this game that can be done airborne or grounded usually require an extra slot for the airborne attack. Cetrion's abilities not only give her options just by picking that attack without having to equip the bonus of that move by occupying a second slot, the move itself only occupies one slot. So it's not like, oh, it occupies two, so it does multiple things. It actually only occupies one. Now we see Molina. Now if you look at Molina, this variation here has her low psi blast, her air soaring psi, and her teledrop. Now here's the thing. Molina has to take multiple slots to do these things. So she doesn't get low psi, air psi, and straight psi. No, see, if she wants to do her psi in the air, she has to actually take another slot, thus making a lot of the psi abilities multiple slots if you want to do them airborne or low, or just airborne and just the default psi, because default psi is part of her default loadout. Then there's her teledrop. Well, teledrop is, again, default, but if she wants to do it airborne, it must be equipped. See, really, one of the best ways to fix the variation system would be to take moves like this and make them just able to be done. So if she has a psi, she also has air psi, or air and low. If she has teledrop, she also has air teledrop without having to take a variation slot. Even Cetrion's default moves has this. She has her Hell's Wrath. She doesn't have to equip the version of being able to do it airborne. Even though it does go slightly airborne when you do it on the ground, the ability to jump and vary the heights of it, that's just the default. She doesn't have to select that in her moves the way Molina would have to for her air psi and her air teledrop. All this stuff is just given. And Molina actually has to spend move slots to do this, and other characters are like this. Really, if you think about this, she could have 3 or 4 moves that are just new moves, as these moves would just be part of her default moveset, much like a character like Cetrion. This, in my opinion, is one of the bigger problems in the game, and one of the ways they can really help fix the variation system if they apply this across the board. They can then add new moves to replace the moves that had property changes to the default loadouts, such as Molina here, no longer needing to equip these moves, and 3 new moves are added. And they could do this across the board, and I think it really, really helps. You know, NetherRealm, they get a lot of flack for characters like Cetrion, or Liu Kang, or Fujin, or Joker, Shiva, they get a lot of stuff that people like throw their way. You know, this is broke, that's broke, but really these characters are really, really fun and inventive ways to play. They should be praised for making these characters, not bashed. What we should be doing is ask them to make every character like that, which I know we do in a roundabout way, but we don't have an exact answer. If you look at Molina and say, hey, if she could do this, like in these examples here, in other characters you could apply that, that's one of the ways to help fix it. It obviously needs a lot more help and really needs, some characters need a complete overhaul, but this is just one of the solutions that can really help. But let me know what you guys think. I'm always interested to hear in the comments below. As always, thanks for watching and stay tuned for more content.